Welcome back, savages.
Hi guys, I'm back. It's been a hot minute. I'm excited about tonight's podcast. It's a topic that I've been very excited to discuss for a long time.
Yes, we're going to talk about, well, I don't know exactly how.
We're going to talk about religion today with some comparisons.
Some twists and turns,
Yeah,
kind of cover other avenues
of
of religion
religion.
and see how they compare to the norm.
Yeah, there really
So,
is no norm about it.
yeah, no,
Mm-mm.
no. So, most of us, I was raised Baptist and then Catholic for a while.
I was raised Catholic. I went to church with a lot of my friends growing up, and then in high school, I was conforming to Catholicism, not by choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when we're little, that's just what you
Right.
do.
My brother, he had to go through everything because he was young enough to be like pushed that way. I was not an adult yet, so I didn't have a choice. Would I have chose Catholicism? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, no.
Absolutely not.
So one of the, I guess, it's quite popular now. It's the newer religion, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's really not, but
Right. It's one that was kept in the dark for a long time, but now it's a lot of things are coming more to light because of everything that they've been doing.
yeah, and everybody's kind of tired of the norm and the strict you do this, you don't do this. Everybody's looking for other avenues to find out who they are and where they fit in.
Right.
So, the one that we were looking at is called the Satanic Temple.
I'm so excited. So I actually joined the Satanic Temple about 2 years ago.
hmm
The closest congregation is in Columbus, and it's not what people imagine.
No, not at all. Not even close.
No, it's very, do unto others as they do unto you, but you're a priority.
Yeah.
Your mental health, your sanity, how you feel, and that's important.
Yeah. It's based on empathy and I guess the one the one lady described it in an article she wrote that it's basically push back against the norm and the rules and regulations of today.
Right, but you do it in a
Yeah,
respectful manner. They're
yeah.
not just out here in their black cloaks sacrificing animals.
Around a big fire pit.
Right. That's in movies. They don't do that.
Yeah, no,
I mean, they might have back in yonder years, but to today's society, you would never even know.
no. And that I'm not saying that there aren't those kind of people out there, but
Right.
that's more of the devil worship or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
not the satanic temple actually has nothing to do with Satan
No.
other than they recognize Lucifer as a light bringer who fought back against the world and I forgot now. That was a really good phrase.
He fought back against the rules of
Ah, there it is.
God, basically.
Yeah. He was a rebel angel willing to stand up against arbitrary rules or authority, which is pretty much the whole basis.
Of the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It makes a lot of sense because one of the things that they do is they are all inclusive.
Mhm.
So there's none of the you don't look like us, you don't dress like us, you don't sound like us, you are not
Right.
a part of us.
Right. My a lot of my issue with going to a lot of churches, because I went to a few different churches. It wasn't just all Catholic churches. I went to Presbyterian, I went to all that. But I've always been the same way of I wear black.
Mhm.
My hair is always a different color. I mean, growing up, I was never allowed to do that because I needed to look normal. I
Right.
needed to be normal. But I never fit in anywhere. Yes, I had friends, but it was band t-shirts, skate shoes, holy jeans. I'm 32. I still wear those things every day.
Yeah.
That and being told that because you dress like that, because you have those piercings, because you have those tattoos, that you're going to hell. I wear a crucifix every single day, but I don't believe that there's a heaven or a hell. I believe that there are things around us.
Mhm.
I believe, yes, we go somewhere, but I don't believe you should be telling people,
Right.
especially children, when they're pushed into that hole, especially with Catholicism, Catholic schools. You do this, you're going to hell. You do this, this is how you get into heaven. I don't feel that that should be pushed. And with the temple, they don't do that.
No, they actually encourage their children to explore everything,
Right,
and they're allowed to do whatever they want to do, but they're not pushed.
right. They're not here. Here's a rosary, say 10 Hail Marys, and God's going to forgive you.
Yeah.
People do bad things. I'm not saying that everything should be forgiven,
Right.
but a kid messes up, he's not going to hell for that. He's
Right.
gay, so what? You can't tell a kid that because they're doing this that they're going to hell and it's a sin and that God doesn't love them. That's not okay.
No, it's not. And that's probably where a lot of mental health issues come into play for kids.
Right. And that's the biggest thing with a lot of religions anymore is mental health. Back then they used to view it as, you know, people were possessed,
Mhm.
things like that, and that's how possession came about. But there are now diseases and mental disorders that are coming to light that we didn't even know about 20 years ago, let alone what's going on with today.
Right. Yeah. And we're not bashing the mainstream religion.
No, no. Like you are allowed to believe wholeheartedly in whatever you believe in. You believe in Satan, have at it. You believe in the pagans and the Wiccas, and you believe in the stick man that lives up the street. It's your choice.
Right. You do you.
Mm.
That's fine.
Pushing it on other people and making them so that they have to believe in that thing is what I've been against
Mhm.
since I was pushed into religion. Because I've had tattoos most of my life. I've had piercings since I was 14. And even at some jobs, I was confronted by religious people that, you're going to hell because of all the tattoos you have. I'm the nicest person you will ever meet. I will bend over backwards for you, but don't push religion on me because you're not going to like the kickback that you get.
Right. And even if there is a heaven or a hell, I'm sorry, but some ink is not going to make the decision on whether you go to one or the other.
Right, right,
And they all do, each organization, they all do their own good for communities and such.
right,
Um, a lot of mainstream churches do food drives, and they have food pantries where you can go once a week, once a month, pick up
right.
groceries. A lot of them do different charity things.
I think a lot since COVID and a lot of places got shut down and like you had to do a lot of things like on the internet, a
Hmm.
lot of things have changed when it comes to religion.
Yeah, most definitely.
People were able to explore outside of their norm. And I
Hmm.
think a lot of things are changing when it comes to religion.
Yeah, people are definitely more curious now.
Yeah,
Everybody is tired of getting all the again, rules and regulations of the world shoved down their throat.
Right.
I mean, I've heard of all of these different churches and temples and everything, but I never actually sat down and read about them until you were talking about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let's see.
So I was looking for a book. I I think it was a case we were working on.
Yeah, we were
And
looking for the demon
yeah,
books.
I was looking for the demon book, and which I ended up getting, and it was a lot bigger than I expected. And I came across the page for the Satanic Temple, and I was like, I'm a little curious cat, so let's check it out. And I instantly just I read it, and I was like, I like this.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow I became a member. I just filled out the little thing, and oh, there you go. And now that I haven't met anybody from there, because like the closest one is Columbus,
Yeah.
but just reading about the things that they have done recently with a lot of the protests and things, you would never even know
No.
because they are a very respectful group. Now, that's not to say that, they're all respectful,
Right.
but a lot of the ones that they show on their website and whatnot have been very respectful. They set up their own little campaign
Mm-hmm.
amongst a whole bunch of other churches. And while their table was torn down and their table was confronted and, people were being rude to them, they were nice to everybody.
Yeah.
They didn't say a word to anybody. They didn't, oh, your religion is terrible and da 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 da. But they were the ones that were crucified. Because
Well, yeah.
again, you think Satan, you think evil,
Right.
but it was never like that.
No. It's just assumed.
Right.
And, a lot of,
You know what assuming does.
yes. And unfortunately, a lot of that comes into play because a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people who look into them are more not your everyday person, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Psychos. We're going to
Yeah.
go with psycho.
Yeah.
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 So, a lot of them, they dress like you do, like I do, the black clothes and the tattoos and the
I think this is the
piercings.
most colorful shirt that I own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But they are not the norm.
No.
So people see that just like if somebody sees a gang of bikers going down the street, everybody grabs their kids away from the road. Oh, don't go near them. They're bad people. Well, no, actually, they're probably some of the nicest people you'll
Right.
ever meet.
Right.
But same thing with this church or temple or whatever you want to call it. But because people stereotype by what they look like,
Right.
they all just assume, oh my god, these are bad people,
Right.
and they're all having these huge sacrifices and seances. And but
Right.
the temple, I'm not sure if it's the temple or the church or both, they don't even actually believe in Satan or God or demons
No,
or
I mean, it's pretty much where I'm at, where yes, they believe that there is something, but
hmm
it's not one or the other.
yeah.
And I like that thought. I mean, I've got, two black cats at home and working on having my little gothic cottage.
hmm
And people are, like, for Halloween, for instance, I get very few trick or treaters because of the way that my house gets decorated. People have not gotten to take the time to actually get to know me,
hmm
and they automatically think, oh, her house is always spooky. There's a lot of black everywhere. Like, she must be a weirdo. Again, I am the nicest person you will ever meet. I love kids. I love
hmm
animals. We did it for almost 10 years. But you get, like,
you get stereotyped because
based on how I look
yeah.
and my religion.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my aunt and I had this conversation the other day. We were talking about religion, and I was like, a lot of people would get upset if they knew what religion I would choose. And she was like, well, we're not going to go that way. And I said, why? I believe in everything that is holy and around us and
Mhm.
Mother Nature and all of those, but I'm not going to sit and shove it down your throat.
Right.
Mm, I mean, yeah, I have a whole library full of demonology books and Wicca and witchcraft and whatnot. You don't see me outside in my front yard with my little cauldron and my stick getting ready to.
Come join me, children.
Right. Like, it's everybody is so quick to jump and stereotype and assume.
Mhm.
It's 2024.
Right.
You're allowed to be different.
You're allowed to be whatever you want to be. And I think that's why these are getting more popular.
Yeah,
People are tired of pretending to be somebody or something that they're not.
right.
And it's more accepted now than it ever was to do you.
Yeah. You're not just shoved in a corner because you don't believe that God's gonna save everybody and we're gonna be part of the rapture. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I'm not. I wholeheartedly believe that. But
Yeah.
again, I'm not gonna shove that down your throat. Like, like we as a society are so quick to just shove people who don't look like everybody else in
Mhm.
the corner. Like our adoption stuff that we're dealing with. The first thing that I said was we are not suit and tie people.
Mhm.
We are holy jeans, Vans, band t-shirts kind of people. And I was surprised about the feedback that I got because a lot of people had said that suit and tie isn't the norm anymore. And you can see a lot of businesses are pushing that way. Like
Yeah.
a lot of businesses are casual dress anymore.
Yeah.
But then you get those people who, oh no, I've worn a suit and tie for 55 years. I'm not going to change now.
Right.
And you're also the people that will sit and gawk at me on the corner because I've got a nose ring and tattoos.
Mhm. It's just the way it is now.
It's hopefully going to change soon. Dogs are barking at something.
Yeah, he's running up and down the stairs. Yes. You turned around. I thought you were had something to say.
What?
Okay. Well, we were waiting for you to speak.
Yeah,
You
Mr.
usually don't
Producer.
turn around unless you're going to say something. Um, I don't know. I'm out of stuff.
No, I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I would like to meet people from the congregation.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to take a
Take a
little mini trip down there and
yeah.
check it out.
'Cause I want to see what the church looks
Right.
like or the temple looks like.
Yeah.
Because I know what I've pictured,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling it looks just like a normal building.
Probably, but it would be so much cooler if it looked like what was in my head.
Right? I just picture this big gothic cathedral and everybody just walks in wearing like black cloaks and whatnot. And it's
Yeah,
just
and I
like,
highly doubt that, but
yeah, they
that's
probably just wear normal clothes,
yeah.
just like normal church going folks on Sundays.
Mhm. Yeah.
And hopefully we could get somebody from the congregation. That would be cool to
Yeah.
get somebody on here
That would be really cool.
so that I can actually explain how things work and how things tick.
Yeah. And give you a little better detail because we could sit here and spout off the guy who started it and how it became to be, but
Right.
it would be way more fun and educating to actually have somebody in there
Yeah.
go through it all.
I want to know what the guy, who the guy is that stands at the front and just, if he's all in black with his black cloak or if he's in a black suit.
Like Lurch.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Big 7 foot guy just standing. Man.
Right? With his little staff. That's what I picture,
Yes.
but it's probably just a normal building.
Black roses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody speaking in tongues, which
I mean,
People say that now that, people get the Holy Spirit and they start speaking in tongues, but
Yeah.
it's never been properly recorded that that's been a thing.
Yeah, no. That can be faked way too easy.
I mean, I could throw myself on the floor right now
Right?
and just start blah, 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 blah.
Right.
We would see how that goes. But again, that's all part of religion.
Yeah.
It's one thing after the other.
Hmm.
I mean, you see all those things on TV about how, you know, the big old churches were done up and
Yeah.
somebody drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You drink the Kool-Aid and then you get a little too far in and then you're moving to South Dakota and
Living on a compound
living
and
on a compound with 8 wives.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's not the religion I want to follow.
Yeah, no, thank you. Mm-mm. I have no problem living in the middle of somewhere
If
on a
the
compound, but
Right, if
no.
that's something that you have done or you are into, that's okay. We don't religion shame here.
No, no. You do you. We're getting the eye again. Oh Lord, what
I'm
now?
so happy to be back. It's a good topic.
Yes, speak.
It's not a cult.
No, no, it's not. No. They
That is,
don't force you to do anything. They don't request that you do anything.
no, that was the one thing that I was concerned about. But in a lot of the things that they have written on their website and what is not is that they are not a cult.
Yeah.
They're not gonna drag you into things. Somebody doesn't agree.
No, he's over there cracking up. I can see the chair shaking. There's no initiation. There's no.
I would be excited if there was though. Oh, I would be so excited for that. It would just make my day.
Well, too late. He already signed up.
I know. I filled out the paperwork.
Because
Hey,
now you just gave him the idea.
right now I've got my certificate coming. Yep, my little plaque and my little
Yes.
certificate for the temple
Yes.
that I will proudly hang on my wall next to my wedding marriage certificate, next to my picture of Jesus. I'll just have it
Oh,
all
right
in,
there.
yeah, all
Got
in one.
all the bases covered.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
So when we go down there, we'll have to film all that
Oh, yeah.
and see if we can
Oh, yeah.
rile up some people to talk to.
Most definitely.
I
Have to
hope there are
see when
kids.
they have
I
any.
would love that. Just see a bunch of little kids running around.
Yes.
Just taking them to Sunday school
Come on, kids.
at the Satanic Temple.
Oh, Lord. We'll have to see when they have events and stuff.
Oh yeah,
See if we can do it like when they have something going on.
yeah.
That would be fun.
I'm sure they have something on their website that's got like an events page.
Yeah, I think there was one. They do
They do a lot of rallies and a lot of like
yeah.
peaceful protesting,
Yeah, they do. There was one I was reading about. It was at like a family planning center.
which is the biggest thing right now.
Yeah, because it was one of those centers that they get you in there by offering help, but once you get in there, it's not at all what you went there for.
No, it's probably somebody who's whole and almighty and
Yep, they make you sit, they make you do sonograms, they make you listen to the heartbeat, they make you do all of this, and then they show you all these horror stories and videos, and when you leave,
you feel like crap.
yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys were out there peaceful, just handing out flyers, just, did you know about this place? Here's the truths, here's the myths.
Right.
Not anything other than fact and fiction, just asking people if they want a flyer. That's it.
Yeah. I know I've seen them at a lot of like um where they were in Illinois somewhere. There was some kind of rally that they were doing where they just set up a table and then they left. Like they didn't even stay, but it was to prove a point
Mm-hmm.
that once again religion is going to come into politics where it should not belong
Right.
in the first place. But you're
Mm-hmm.
always going to have those political agendas that pull religion into it. And
Mm-hmm.
back in the governing days, it was separation of church and state, and
Right.
now you don't have that.
And then there was a big thing too. I will admit I fell for it. On the news, they were talking about how the Satanic Temple was trying to start after school programs. I fell for it. I saw that and I was like, oh, hell no.
Right.
Because what do you think in your head?
Turning your kids into little devil worshippers.
Right. Well, once you read and learn more about it,
It's an
no,
after school program.
that's all it is.
Right.
And there's no religion in there whatsoever. It's
Mm-mm.
just little things to keep the kids busy, teach them values, how to respect themselves.
Right.
And everybody is having this huge fit over it, but nobody complained when there were the Catholic and the Baptist after school programs.
Right. Because again, religion and politics.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
I think anybody who wants to help kids after school, help families in need, help homeless
Yeah.
people, I don't care what your religion is. If you're willing to donate all that time and effort into helping people,
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly support you for it.
Yep.
But you get those people who are just, well, I did this and our church did this and our church, well, mine did this. Nobody cares.
Right. No.
Help the people.
Yeah. You're not going to heaven or hell any faster.
Right.
There's nobody keeping a tally of this church did this church did this.
Right. It's helping your community and helping the people in need is what matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of religious places have gotten too big for their britches,
Yeah.
putting it politely.
Yeah.
Of, oh, we're going to help you, but then, months down the road, they're going to turn around and be like, oh, we helped you, now give us money.
Yeah. Kind of like the Godfather. I will help you, but I will come back to collect this debt.
Right. On the day of my daughter's wedding. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that they're doing any good by doing that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's like those people that videotape themselves doing stuff for like homeless people and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to give them this." Da, da, da. So do it.
Yeah, do it. You don't need to record yourself doing it. What is that going to make you feel better?
Right. No, it's just going to, oh, you did a great thing. Well,
Mm-hmm.
okay. That doesn't
Yeah.
make you a good human being. That just makes you good for about 5 seconds.
All right, guys. I think that's it for today. I
Yeah.
don't think we have much left to cover on this one.
No.
Stay tuned though, because we're gonna check out what they have going on and see when we can get down there and
Yeah.
hopefully talk to
We
some
will have
people.
a religious part 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some people from the congregation and we can get some people on the podcast, which would be dope.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
awesome. All right. Bye, Savage Squad.
Goodbye.